Worth, 1989–2009. Glancing left I see ashes, behold right I view stone. The winds of destruction in this scene have blown. Fields plowed with salt so no seed may be grown. The motherland's banner is burned now, not flown. In the streets, beggars' children are subdued as they weep. In their spirit a void, mortal joys never known. As the day begins to falter, shadows start to creep. They do as is said, not as what they condone. Love will never quench thirst, poppies never to bloom. Emotions of vengeance we never entomb. Here truth lies with prophets and words of near doom. Of minstrels whose songs strayed from joyful to gloom. Because lost feelings are of benevolence here. 1,000 faces of fathomless stalwartness loom. The only thing stronger than hate must be fear. Life here will get better, or so much poorer soon. Then emerged from the fray, atop a grand white steed. An ally of freedom not yet known to this creed. I followed swiftly to where my conscience would lead. There I could perform my most merciful deed. Venturing forth, scorned and mobbed by the crowd. Each woman with more children desperate to feed. As I passed them they shrieked at me, wailing out loud. So I invaded the stronghold of envy and greed. Scaled to the apex, sufficiently high. To keep people trapped where the norm is to cry. Constrained where the only pleasure is to die. To be alone with the only choice that can buy. A silhouette sauntered slyly up around me. As well as I could to prevail I did try. It flew me away over chasm and sea. I awoke some time later on a barren plain, dry. I wandered aimlessly for many a day. With the conflagrant soul of lust blocking my way. When thoughts on my narrow horizon did say, so this is the price for not dreams that we pay? Considering this, I then slumbered to dream. At the crux of an infinite desert I lay. Stirring to sounds of a fast-flowing stream. Where the earth is not sand, but of soil and clay. With unseemly swiftness, to the shielded stronghold I ran. Its sheer wall of silver looked ever so grand. I wondered why freedom of thought it should ban. And why it allied itself to the slaughter of man. Then ascended the bastion, remembered the place. Leaving behind once more the ill-fated land. The shaded form was too frightened to face. But he did then extend a darkened gloved hand. The fortress at this stage, started slowly to melt. As did the frozen hearts of the mortals it felt. The last blow for justice indelibly dealt. The lashes of suffering healing welt by welt. It began with one written word. I. With the wisdom and perfection it held. Hearing what has never before been heard. No longer ignorant, nor blindly compelled. So as peace conquers all and belligerence dies. Where no armored structure of malice can rise. See that you see things through credible eyes. Where the light zephyrs blow and the Pegasus flies. Where the zenith of all spirits of all soar. A sea of sapphires glows under burnt amber skies. Not one and nothing of merit has need to be poor. True wisdom is used for the choices it buys. And so Komislev sang. I am but a single simple man. Pondering while wandering. This forgotten foreign land. The leaves leave the trees. Below where mountains stand. And I sing and try to bring karmic harmony from my hand. Never too late to try, my friend. Do not fear to lend an ear. I have but more love to send. The end in itself is not the end. Just another veiled beginning. We are winning, why even pretend that forgiveness is forgetting? Honestly, earnestly, forever regretting. Upon reprieve, abandon snares that needed setting. Ever seek the horizon. Raise your chin and see the weak run. Speak the truth and scorn lies. 1. Follow the denied tide with your eyes, son. 3. 1975 Western Sahara. Google it, MFs. It is true. Do you not know? Your food grown in blood. And in bone. By proxy you condone. What was and still is. And will again for gain be done. There is no deception. Introspective inflection. Retrospective excuses? No. Should I defend though? Is it worth my time? Or should I just let them hurt you? I can't recall now. Why I ever was inclined to defend. The right and the wrong. The hearts of gold that blindly unfold. Ha! It was a lie for an ally underscore even then underscore. There are no nobles. No superheroes. No standard heroes. No, none at all. For someone, anyone, to see someone else in this way is profoundly absurd. Implied? No. FFS inferred. Learn well that word winking face. How can you stand there and lie there at the same time while we stare into the wilderness beyond the wasteland? It seems in dreams. The only time in the grave. As if I ever forgave you bastards for the first time around. Barely considered bearing. Bears bare consideration. Savi?